Welcome back to Working with ArrayLists. We're going to be taking a look today about how we can actually modify the contents of an array list by modifying the values inside that. We're going to work with a couple of coffee objects today, so we can actually talk about how amazing it is to work with coffee inside code. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we have this coffee, special coffee is a brand new coffee, and my coffee, I'm going to set that size to be 32 ounces because I'm a thirsty kid. And we're going to say it's coffee, special coffee.set name, it's a vegan spicy mocha. So spicy and chocolate, amazing stuff. And so my string contents is the drink contains and then \n, so I have that information right there. And so I have my for coffee current inside drinks. I'm going to do contents plus equals the current.toString. So I'm going to use a toString method on my object. And my coffee object has a toString to tell me exactly what's inside that. So I'll build that string up. And so my coffee replaced coffee is drinks.set. So the .set method replaces the contents of one spot in the array with a new object that same type. So you can actually replace things. And it has to have a value that exists inside that. In this case, I'm saying drinks.size divided by 2. So I'm taking the size of the list, dividing it by 2, and replacing one that's at the halfway point with my special coffee. So the one that was out there, I'm storing inside the replaced coffee variable. So I have the original one that was there, and because the .set the .set method returns what was stored at that spot, so you can actually use that and hold on to it and do other objects or other operations with it. Sometimes you might actually need the information to replace that object with. And so contents plus equals a couple new lines and replace coffees to string, and that was removed. So it's like, oh, here's the coffee I took out. I can actually see in what was taken out of the list and work with that because I have a reference to it right here that I stored inside a variable. And then drinks now contains, and I have the new contents of my drinks list, so I can actually see all the drinks are inside that. I'll display that as a string so we can see what's at it, and then we'll go over the message and with the replace values so we can actually see this as a code as well. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that in our code. As you can see right here, I have my drinks contains, and I have coffee, default coffee sizes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. And the one at 60 was removed because it's that size divided by 2. That's one I took out. And so drinks now contains coffee, default coffee of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But my vegan spicy mocha is at the next spot, which is size of 32. And then I have my 70, 80, 90, and 100 ounces of coffee. Oh my gosh, that's so much coffee. But that's what we have inside the list right now. So we have that information so we can actually go through and use that because I was able to replace a single value by calling .set. And so again, we take a look at that. We have our code right here. The .set replaces what was at that spot with that new object. So I take the original coffee, I take it out, put it in the temporary variable, in this case, replaced coffee, and my new coffee is now inside that spot so we can actually work with that and use it. And that's the idea that we can actually replace values by using the .set method. The one thing we have to know is you can't use .set to add values to it. That value that's being passed as a parameter .set must be between 0 up to, but not including .size, because you have to have an existing value at that spot for the .set to work. I hope this is helpful at how to review about modifying the contents of a list using the ArrayList method .set. Hopefully this is helpful again. Cheers. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.